Hi there, we're here for the basically second part of what I'm doing with Realistic Forging, made by SaltyWater. He has his own videos, but I'm going to separate them into sections for myself. Um, what we're doing today is we're making copper. So I have the ingredients in my hand already, or basically in my hotbar, for how to start. What is going to happen is when you go and you mine copper, you're going to get these little copper ores. They're balls of ore. Yeah, just put balls of ore. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to make a pan. And I showed this on the iron one, just because it's a good thing to have. But it's good to have it here too. So you've got your pan, and then this thing that I keep forgetting called a pedestal. Okay, so we got the pedestal, we got the pan. I've already made a pedestal, but it's always good to have an extra for when your friend comes online. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to put these in our hotbar, because this is basically what we're going to do. Before you can really do much, I suggest getting a lot of clay, because you're going to need it to make molds for your ingots. When you make iron, you just hammer it into place. So when you do gold or copper, you have to have clay. So I've already made a bunch of clay, so I'm going to put that clay in there, take this out here. So you're going to put it in your inventory, and you're going to just make it a bar-shaped mold. There are other ways to make different molds, but we'll get into that later. Alright, so you've got a mold, you've got rock ore, you've got pan, you got tongs, and you got a wood pestle. The important thing to know is if you're going to smelt copper or gold, you have to have a blast furnace. It will not work with anything else. So this is my preferred station. So I'm going to put my pan in my shield hand, okay? I'm going to put my copper in my regular hand. I'm going to combine them by holding down the place block button. Now that I've got that done, I'm going to switch the pedestal into my shield hand, and now I'm going to grind it up. Yeah, get nice and grindy, and it'll create copper dust. Basically, you had a big pile of stuff, and now it's a nice smooth pile. So I'm just going to do most of this really quick. Really quick. So we're going to do half of it in one and half of it in the other. The reason I like to do half and half is because the time it takes you to just to finish what you're doing is usually the amount of time it takes for them to cook. So, for example, I'm going to hold down Shift, which is also my sprint key. I'm not sure if you're holding down Shift in general or just your sprint key. The tongs are highlighted in my hotbar. Otherwise, you will burn yourself. So now I'm just going to click the ground, and voila. The ore poured into a mold that was in my shield hand, and now we're good to go. So to explain why I do the double method, let's see. And you can just rotate back and forth. This seems to be the same way it works, whether you're gathering iron or whether you're gathering something in here. Okay, now once you've done that, you can just take the mold with the block and you're going to quench it in the water. See? You've got a copper ingot in the mold. Copper ingot. Okay? So you're just keep doing that. And then what you got to do is you got to go tappity tap 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 to separate the mold from the copper. Now these molds are actually reusable. The difference is, I think Salty said like 1 in 5 will break, and then you have to get a new one. So basically, got nothing to do with clay. Now you have a way to make bars of gold and copper. Pretty much the same process.